Let me know if you all can hear me. Drop it in the chat. I'm so sorry if my audio was not working. Let me know, let me know.
It's giving you.
Is my audio better? Okay, perfect. Okay, like I was saying. Oh, I have more viewers. Hi! Say hi in the chat. Go ahead and subscribe if you don't already. But this is my newest design. I just made it the other day. I have a few different crop top patterns available. Well, I have a few different crop tops available on my Etsy that are available for custom orders, but with my YouTube channel being relatively new, I am working my way through making video tutorials for all of these. So I need to get tutorials up for the 3 that I already have available on my Etsy, but I actually just made this one the other day, and I need to make a couple more samples of it to fit on my mannequin so I can get some good photos and make sure that all of my pattern notes are correct before I try to hop on and record a whole tutorial for people to try and follow. But yes, I'm working on one in white at the moment. I'm also playing around with different yarn textures because my original sample, well, I guess to backtrack a little bit, I have a yarn stash like every other crocheter out there, and I really need to work my way through it, especially with acrylic yarn, because the vast majority of what I work with is acrylic yarn. You know, if you let it sit too long, it starts to dry out, it starts to not nearly be as soft. So as I'm designing new patterns, instead of using like my good cotton yarn to make a sample, or my good acrylic yarn that I just bought just to make a sample that's going to go on my mannequin, I need to make my way through my stash first. And I haven't decided yet what to do with all of my samples, because my mannequin wears a size small, but I in real life do not wear a size small. So some of my samples that I've made for my mannequin I've given away to friends and family members who fit that size, but I could put them for sale maybe. I don't know if anyone would be into that. I could pop them on my Etsy shop as like ready to ship items if people were interested in grabbing those. Possible. It's possible. We're also going to see how I do with talking and crocheting at the same time. It's not like I've never done that before. Like, obviously I've hung out with people while crocheting. But the other day I was working on this silently, and I still managed to completely miss a stitch while working on one of these bra cups. So we'll see if talking and crocheting works out. It might not. Making a complete mess of my yarn. Well, not a complete mess, but like kind of a mess of my yarn on my desk because I frogged another project the other day. I do dabble in knitting sometimes, but I wouldn't say I'm like a knitter. I wouldn't say I'm like fantastic at it, but I was knitting a double-stranded beanie a while back, like before Christmas a while back, thinking I was going to finish that hat. No, and I wasn't going to finish that hat. But I ended up frogging it so I could reuse this white yarn for something else, and I figured why not play around with different textures. The first one, that tan one, was made with red heart in the color buff, I want to say, and this yarn, which is significantly softer, you see a little bit more holes in it, it's Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn in the color white. Of my viewers in the chat, are any of you crocheters? Do any of you like to go out to local crochet events? I feel like in my mind I want like crochet clubs to be a thing, and in more major cities, because I'm not in like a big city where I am, but in more major cities I see really cute meetups for like crochet and fiber art groups where like the girlies meet up at like a bar or at a brewery. Hi, I see someone just said hi. How are you? To crochet wearer. Yeah. That's fine too. I mean, there's a lot of crocheters out there who like to sell their finished work, so being a crochet wearer is fantastic. Plus, for like crochet artists like me, I don't always wear my own stuff. I'm constantly looking for someone else to make something for so that they can wear it, and then I can take pictures of them. Because I don't always want to put this stuff on. Except for this. Like, this is a sweater that I made in January of last year. I tried to make a sweater. I think I made this sweater in like 6 days, but I had this goal of like, I want to make a sweater in the very first month of the year. And I have a sweater. I don't know who that is, but hello in the chat. I lost my train of thought. Such a shame. Such a shame. Anywho. Oh yeah, I could finish a sweater. I have a sweater in the works that I started right before Christmas that I definitely could finish. And I could finish a sweater in January again. But we'll see if I decide to get into that. I have this habit of like rotating in my desk chair, and I don't realize that when I rotate, I'm putting myself out of frame. So I have to keep making sure that I'm doing that right. How many rows do I need? 7. I need 7 rows on this brow cup. I think that's 6. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I posted everywhere. Making sure I'm posted up everywhere on Instagram and on Facebook. Well, hello. I see some people hopped in. Sorry, I was just making sure I can see everything. Hello. Hello, hi. If you are a crocheter, well, are you a crocheter? Hop in the chat. Say hello. Let me know if you're working on anything today. I have this terrible habit of spinning my chair. It's gonna keep happening. To anyone viewing, if you haven't said hi yet in the chat, go ahead and say hello. I'd love to say hi to you. See who we're hanging out with. almost done this first bra cup. Honestly, if I lock in, well, obviously, like, talking, of course, but if I lock in while working on this, since I'm making a size small, I will likely, it's very possible that I can finish this whole crop top in one sitting, maybe hang out for like a little over an hour, and I'll get this whole piece finished in one sitting. I think this is enough. One of my biggest fears working with white yarn is getting it dirty, especially because I have makeup on today. So I'm so worried I'm gonna like scratch my nose and then touch this and be like, oh, well, there goes a whole crochet piece. Well, I'm done my first bra cup, which is great. Don't need a super long tail. Okay. One down, one more to go. I had to write my notes. I've been making this pattern for well over a year. I wrote the pattern, but I forget often. So I wrote my pattern on a sticky note off to the side because I'm like, I'm gonna hop on live and start crocheting and all of a sudden forget how to make the bra cup that I made up. Ooh, about to knock my entire skein on the floor. Well, my skein looks a mess, honestly, because of frogging a project to not waste this yarn. I'm over here second guessing myself again to make sure I didn't mess up my own pattern. With that, and I think I moved my starting chain too loose. I have half a mind to unravel this and just start over. I really keep rotating my chair. So sorry. Bruh. I seriously might just restart this whole bracket. I don't know why I'm crocheting so sloppy. Honestly, it might not even be that it's me, like, crocheting sloppy. This yarn is incredibly soft. It almost feels softer than usual. So it's really just flopping all over the place. It is surprisingly warm in here. I need to turn a fan on. And find my mouse. I'm gonna frog this. This is not coming out the way I would like it to. Well, hello. I see somebody joined. How are you? So when I say I'm frogging something, that's just the crochet world way of saying I'm unraveling it. Gosh, I can't count. This starting chain hates me today. Goodness. Also, the sunlight decided to shift to the one spot of the shade that I don't have covered. I'm so sick of this bad light spot shining on me. Hi. Hello, how are you? Are you a fellow? Oh, my day is going well. Thank you so much for asking. Kind of snowed in. The roads are not good enough for anyone to go to work. So, well, anyone who has to go into the office. The roads aren't good enough for anyone to go to work. So I figured I'd hop on and hang out while I crocheted at home. You just had to shovel snow for 2 hours? Oh my god. That's so awful. Do you at least have like a snow, well, no, you said you were shoveling. Maybe get like a snowblower. Was the snow really packed in where you are? This sun glare. Was the snow really packed in where you are? Like, did you get a lot of snow, or was it like a reasonable, handleable amount? Where do you live? Like, not in a creeper way, but that is so much snow. At least it was kind of loose. Here, we didn't get a lot of snow, but it froze immediately, so it's like a packed in coat of like snow ice. Like, there is no shoveling what we got here. Oh, you live up in Massachusetts? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. This light on my face is going to be the enemy. No. Speaking of fun to play with, you're right. This type of snow is not fun to play with. It literally immediately turned to ice. Like, it wasn't really snowing. It was more like snow raining. Like, the rain itself was frozen as it was coming down. Meanwhile, the kids in my neighborhood were outside snowing. We're outside, like, snowboarding and sledding at 8:30 in the morning yesterday, while it was actively like ice raining. There was nothing fun about the weather that was going on here. Like, this isn't the type of like soft fluffy snow where you go build a snowman. This is like you're gonna slip and hurt your ankle type packed in ice snow. But the local kids here thought that was like fantastic weather for snowboarding, literally snowboarding, outside of people's bedroom windows. It's a great time. I'm glad you had fun. I haven't been like actually snow tubing or sledding or anything since I was a kid. was the type of snow you sink into. Back where I grew up, there was a park in the neighborhood that, like, the whole park, it had, like, a playground and a little football field, a little basketball court, that type of stuff, but the whole park was, like, in, like, a valley. So the entire perimeter of the park was this perfect slope where everybody would go to go sledding every time it snowed. Oh my god, it literally was an alarm. Like, that's not a joke. That's not a joke. It was 8:30 in the morning and I was woken up by the sound of a child screaming outside of my window. And I was like, oh, it's Sunday. It's going to be a snow day. I'm not going to set an alarm. No, that quite literally was the alarm that woke me up. Yeah, what's bizarre is that people were like, oh yeah, well, Timmy, go outside and play in the snow outside someone's bedroom window while I sit peacefully at home sipping my coffee while you're bothering someone else. I always miscount when I'm at this part. I don't want to unravel it later. Yeah, please do your homework. Do your homework. I'm a supporter of that. I work in education. I know you need to do that. Well, have fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to follow so you know next time I'm live we can hang out. Bye. Thank you. something in my eye. Hello, I see someone join. I literally don't know how to use my iPad. Hello, hello to anyone viewing. I don't know what I did to my yarn. Hello, hello. I see some viewers hopped in. Hop in the chat and say hi. Are any of you also crocheters or fiber artists of the sort? If you're watching and you haven't said hello yet, hop in and say hi. I felt a sneeze coming for a few minutes. Oh. Hello, Taco. No, we're not crying. No. Hi. Hi. I am making, I'll actually pull up on the screen. I'm working on a new pattern that I just wrote the other night for this. So I already have 3 different custom crop tops that I make on my Etsy shop, and this is my newest idea that I made the other day and tested. So since I'm still kind of in the pattern testing phase, I'm making another one of the exact same top to make sure that the pattern is good to go before I either decide to publish it or make a video tutorial for it. I'm more than likely just going to do a video tutorial for it because I don't feel like writing. I don't feel like writing it all down in words that make sense to other people. I'm glad you two found each other. Are you currently working on anything, Nia? I feel like if I'm gonna take the time to write a crochet pattern, I want to make sure that it's in like the most understandable terms, like the easiest possible way, because a lot of people are afraid of reading crochet patterns, and there are a lot of, like, I guess you could say higher level crochet artists and crochet creators who write their patterns with all of the abbreviations and all of the shorthand, and it's like, I'd rather you just show me instead of tell me. So I feel like that's like a divide in the crochet community of like following written patterns versus just following a video pattern. But when you bring written patterns into the conversation, unless you're like a blogger and you give it away for free in your blog, it's like you're expecting someone to pay for it. Oh no, chat. I've been live for a little over an hour, and I just got a notification that my camera's dying. So I'll probably stay on for a few more minutes, and then I have to let it charge. But I had fun, so I'm more than likely gonna hop on again later, now that I have my first DneaDesigns live stream under my belt, and I know what I'm doing, and I remembered to actually post it on social media. Definitely. When I do my written patterns, I at least put a key, like a little answer key at the top that's like what all these different little abbreviations mean. Working on a hat and 2 shirts. You crochet shirts? I didn't know you crochet shirts. I can read, right? That says shirts. Yeah, that says shirts. Nia, maybe sometime, either later this week or next week, we can crochet together and maybe hop on live together. That could be fun. And work on our current projects. Bye. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll coordinate this. We'll coordinate this in real life. I feel like my camera's probably on like, well, I don't know. It's probably gonna be on 10% any minute. The notification for 20% is still sitting on my screen, so that's fun. IRL? Yeah. We'll coordinate this IRL. Alright, I'm coming up on the end of this bra cup. I'm so determined to finish it before I end this stream. I've made bags before. I don't have any sitting under my desk at the moment. I've made bags before, but what's exciting, I might, with the bit of camera battery I have left, I might have it with me. I do. Okay. I went to Hobby Lobby the other day to get some yarn, and I came across these zippers. Oh, focusing on the camera. I came across these zippers, and my very first thought was, look at the perfect holes along the side of it. I could crochet straight into them, or like crochet the bag and then crochet into these holes or sew into these holes to attach the zipper into like a crochet purse. They're adorable, and Hobby Lobby had them in 2 different sizes. These are, I can tell you right now, these are 8-inch zip. Oh my god, it's written on the label. These are 7-inch zippers. And then they also had, they looked like maybe like 13, 14-inch. So I grabbed these 2 short ones just to test them out and see if I even like the idea or if it's even like a feasible idea. And they only have black and white. No, they only have black and white. So they have black and white short, and then they have black and white long. And then they are regularly $1.79 each, but the sewing supplies were on sale this week, last week. What day was it? I think I went on like Thursday or Friday. Sewing supplies were on sale, so I got these 2. I think I have my receipt. Yeah, I got these 2 zippers together for $2.12 because sewing supplies were on sale. So I do plan on making a crochet bag soon. I've been eyeing up the type that look like the shoulder bag type purses. I know a couple girls on YouTube have done like is it Mew? You know that name brand. They did that like crochet bag that's like $1,200 for this crochet purse. And I like that little like boxy square design, and people get like the leather purse straps from Amazon or from like their local craft store. So those, when I saw those zippers, that was the idea that I got. All right, I have the last few stitches on this bra cup. And then the only thing that's left to do, I don't know, I might save it and do it on camera later. I don't know yet. The only thing left to do is to attach the bra cups and then make the mesh body portion. Yes. And this specific zipper that I was just holding up, I would not use for a crochet wearable because it's like an OG metal zipper. Like you rub your hand along it and it's like, oh, that's like a metal zipper. I would only use it for like a bag, that specific one. Yes, as soon as the roads are a little better to drive in, I want to go, but I need to check the sales because last week was yarn week and sewing supply week. So last week all that stuff was 30% off, which means this week it's not. So, you know I only buy stuff if it's on sale. Only if it's on sale. Alright, 2 bra cups. 2 bra cups have been made, but I'm not going to detach my yarn because I gotta crochet them together. Yes, 30% off. Every other week at Hobby Lobby, they have different supplies for 30% off. So just check their sales circular on their website. But yeah, that's why I always refer to it as Yarn Week, because I only shop during Yarn Week. Like, yes, their yarn is only $4.99. I have a label in front of me. Their yarn's only $4.99 anyway, but during Yarn Week, when it's 30% off, it's like $3 and change. And like, if I have the opportunity to get it on sale, I'll just wait 5 days for the next week and get it on sale. Yeah. Same with the sewing supplies. If I end up really liking those zippers, crocheting a bag, I'll only buy the sewing supplies during sale week. Honestly, they're the best when it comes to like Christmas supplies. If anyone makes crochet Christmas balls like I do, all Christmas 50% off right before Christmas and right after Christmas. I bought a whole bunch of Christmas balls, buy one get one free. Alright, it looks like my camera is going to die. So, I need to put it on charge. I need to eat some lunch. But I was on for 1 hour and 10 minutes, which was fun. I got to chat with some people. I think I will go live again later today. So I'm not going to work on this project anymore. I'll work on a personal project or something so that I can work on this on camera later. But I had so much fun. Again, we're gonna connect IRL, so we're gonna plan what we're actually gonna do something later too. But that was really fun. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. I had fun. And I will be on again later. So, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I hop on later.